You thought that massive penny hunt was over, but wait, there's more. Hey everyone, Woohoo here once again, and remember that massive penny hunt that I did out of that 5-gallon jug? Well, my girlfriend's aunt, who initially provided the jug, gave me a few more coins to hunt through, including some stuff that's been pulled aside in here. This looks to be all pennies, so we'll get to that in a second, but we'll pop this open and I'll just show you that there are indeed some more things in here, including what we can see are some world coins, some coins of other denominations. So I'm going to start over here. Let me dump this out and see what we've got. In fact, let's just go ahead and get it out on camera. There we go. Let me sort. Oh, I see a wheat cent there already, and some world coins. I'll tell you what. Let me sort all this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. Those are the contents of the container, and let's start over here with the stuff we can get out of the way real quick. 1 quarter, 1 dime, and let's see here, what is that? 7 additional nickels. Nothing too exciting in the way of dates, so we can add those to the take that we had from the end of the last hunt. So we'll put those over there. 2 trashed zinc cents. We'll just put those in the zinc cent roll that the last zinc cent roll that we had at the end of the last hunt. 22 copper pennies. Nothing too exciting in the way of dates, so we'll start another copper penny roll there. And then here are the more interesting things down here. First of all, you'll see I have the album back, and there's a reason for that, because we turn these over one by one and we'll show you what we got here. The first one, 1953 Denver, that's one I already have. The one in the middle is a 1955 S, and that is one of the holes in my album that I can fill. So that's pretty neat right there. And then this one is a 1955 Denver, and you already saw I have that one already. So 3 wheat cents, one of which is a book filler. I'm happy about that. 2 more Canadian cents, 1966 and 1981. And then some more world coins. We have, this is one we didn't find in the initial hunt, 5 centavos de lempira. So 5 cents of a lempira from Honduras from 1972. It's pretty slick, but it is, number 1, something we didn't find in the initial hunt, and number 2, a world coin that I actually do not have. So that's pretty neat. Speaking of things I don't have, that is a 10-cent coin from 1970 from British Honduras, the name of Belize before it became, well, Belize. So with Queen Elizabeth II right there. So that is another world coin that I didn't have before. And then we found yet another Belize quarter, also from 1981. Here's yet another world coin that I didn't have before, 2 centavos from República de El Salvador, 1974. El Salvador, 1974, 2 centavos. Very, very tiny coin, but yet again, one I did not previously have. So El Salvador is another country for this hunt. And then South Korea also joins the world coin party with 101 from 1996. So that's pretty neat. I'll probably take that to Korea with me the next time I go. So, some interesting finds already, including a book filler. We'll get that plugged in pretty quick. And now, what do you say we get into that and hunt that for old time's sake? So we're already 13 rolls into this accumulation, and what I'm noticing already is that a lot of these pennies that are here, there's a lot more shield cents in this accumulation, those that were minted between 2010 and now. So, you know, not very many other finds up to this point. Having said that, I did uncover a wheat cent just now. So we are going to have a 4th wheat cent in this accumulation, and this one's going to be a 1957 Denver. 20 more rolls in. The last of the bag is what we see on the table here. I just dumped it all out, and there is another wheat cent, and this one looks like it's in pretty nice shape. I bet it's probably going to be one of the later years, like in the 50s. Let's have a look. Yeah, 1953 Philly, but that reverse looked pretty nice. We'll put that over there with the other ones. That is 5 for the bonus section of this massive hunt. I'll get the rest, and I'll bring you in if there's anything else. So we have a little bit of time before we go over the end of the hunt, and I thought I'd bring out a few world coins that I was recently given. A friend of mine came back from Aruba and held on to some coins for me. There are a couple of different denominations here. So first of all, 2023 10 cents. I love the triangular pattern that we see on the bottom there. There is a 25-cent coin, but she didn't have one for me there, but she did have a 50-cent coin, which is kind of neat, which is kind of a square with rounded corners, still with that same triangular pattern there. And this one's also a little bit more recent, 2022, which is pretty neat. And then two different 1 florin coins. As you can see, one from 2005 and one from 2024, with different Dutch monarchs on the obverse. Queen Beatrix on the earlier coin, who abdicated in 2013, and her successor, rather, King Willem-Alexander, also of the Netherlands. 2024 1 florin. These exchange for about 2 to 1 to the US dollar. So I have 2 florins and 60 cents, so that's about $1.30 US. So, really interesting coins. Thank you to my friend for holding on to these for me. And if you have any world coins that you'd like to trade with me, I'm always open for trades. Comment down below to figure out how to get a hold of me. All right, back to the recap for the end of this massive hunt. Well, that's all she wrote for this particular hunt. The album has been put away. We have 22 rolls here, 7 copper rolls, 15 zinc rolls, about 29 cents left over. And that is about it. Just the 4 wheat cents from the bonus section of this hunt here. The earliest one, which was the 1953. There's actually 2 of them here, one Philly and one Denver. The World Coin Party gained a couple of new entries in El Salvador and South Korea. And we also added a couple of new world coins, Belize, British Honduras, if you want to get technical there, 10 cents, as a 5 cent from Honduras as well, and 2 more Canadian cents. Extra circulation finds, again, this is including the stuff we found in the massive hunt earlier, a total of $5.65, excuse me, in stuff that was not a penny, but US stuff. So overall, like I said, nothing crazy valuable in anything we found, but it's always a lot of fun when you get to hunt a whole bunch of pennies. I swear I'll find my tongue one of these days. And I had a great time hunting all of those pennies. So thank you for joining us throughout this entire hunt, and I'll see you next time when I got something new up my sleeve, whenever that'll be. I'll see you soon.